This is Rajlakshmi from Chalapati Institute of Engineering and Technology. So the topic is algorithm properties. So the an algorithm must have some properties. So first one, fitness, definiteness, input, output, and effectiveness. So first one, fitness. Fitness, an algorithm must always terminate after a finite number of steps. So we have to terminate the algorithm after finite number of steps. Then defectiveness. Each step must be precisely defined and the actions to be carried out must be rigorously and unambiguously specified for each case. So in definiteness, so each step must be precisely defined and the actions to be carried out must rigorously and unambiguously specified for each case. And input, an algorithm has 0 or more inputs, so it takes from a specified set of objects. So inputs, we are giving inputs whatever to the algorithm is has a 0 or more. It will be 0 or more or and outputs. An algorithm has a 1 or more outputs which have specified relations to the inputs. So based on the inputs we can get 0 or more outputs. Okay. And effectiveness, all operations to be performed must be sufficiently basic that they can be done exactly and infinite length in finite length. So all operations must be performed sufficiently. Okay. So in effectiveness we can allows an algorithm allows necessary statements, need not to allow any unnecessary statements. Okay. So this is the effectiveness. So fitness, defectiveness, input, output, and effectiveness. In fitness, each algorithm must always terminate after infinite number of statements or steps. In definiteness, it must precisely defined. Yeah, and each action must be defined unambiguously for each case. And input, we can give the inputs 0 or more. It will be taken from the specified set of operations or a set of objects. And operations, output must be based on the input, whatever the input we are giving to the algorithm. So based on those inputs we can get the output from inputs. So effectiveness, so in effectiveness all operations to be performed must be sufficiently basic that can be done exactly and in finite length. In an algorithm it can allows only necessary statements, need not to be allow any unnecessary statements. This is the effectiveness. So if you want to write an algorithm for swapping of two numbers, we can four ways, where there are 4 ways to write the algorithm. So in the first way we can use the uh, curly braces. So at the start of a program or a start of the algorithm we can use curly braces. For example, algorithm swap a comma b and open brace. Then in the second step we can use open brace temp a, temp is equal to a is equal to b is equal to temp. Then close the algorithm by using a closing braces. This is the first step. In the second step, in the second way we can use the keywords like begin, end, or start, stop. So these are the 2 ways we can write an algorithm. Okay. So next, efficiency of an algorithm. In effective efficient programs, in what every programmer hopes to be able to do, what kind of programs are efficient? Okay, so the question is what kind of programs are efficient and leads to concept generalization of programs. So all algorithm programs in general form, and algorithm should meet three things. So all algorithms must be in general form and should meet three things. The first thing is it should be independent of a programming language in which the idea is realized. So first of all, an algorithm, let me know what is an algorithm. Algorithm is step by step procedure and independent of all programming languages. So the first thing we should meet is it should be independent of programming language in which the idea is realized. So it is independent. Okay, so the algorithm is independent of a programming language. And the second thing, every programmer having enough knowledge and experience should understand the problem. So each and every step will be understandable. So every programmer having enough knowledge to understand the algorithm and should understand the problem, and then applicable for inputs of all sizes. So what are the sizes we are giving to an algorithm should be applicable for inputs of all sizes. And efficiency of an algorithm denotes the rate at which an algorithm solve the problem of size n. So the rate of algorithm to solve the problem is called as the efficiency of algorithm, and it is measured by the amount of resources it uses and time and space. So the efficiency of algorithm is measured by amount of resources it will take and the time and space. So in which time we can we have complete the program, and what is the memory used for the resources is the efficiency. So we can measure the efficiency of algorithm by amount of resources what we took to solve the problem, and the time and space. So the time refers to the number of steps the algorithm executes, while space refers to the number of unit of memory storage it requires. So the time taken by the algorithm is time refers to the number of steps to the algorithm to execute, while the space refers to the number of units of memory storage is required for the algorithm. So an algorithm complexity is measured by calculating the time taken and space required for the performing the algorithm. Okay, so the time complexity and the space complexity are measured by the calculating the time taken by the program or time taken by the algorithm, and space requires for the performing the operations for the algorithm. And next, input size is denoted by n. So we can take n number of inputs for an algorithm. Okay, so for example, in addition of two numbers we are taking the two inputs and one output. So here the size is denoted by n. In one of the parameter is characterized in instance of problem. So here instance is the number of inputs. So number of inputs we are giving to the algorithm is known as a instance. So instance of a problem. The input size denoted by n, and it is one of the parameter to characterize the instance of a problem. And the input size n number of registers needed to hold the inputs. So inside the problem, nothing but a problem. So inside the computer we are giving the inputs, it holds the all the registers. The n number of registers holds the inputs what we are giving to the problem. So those registers holds the needed inputs in a data segment sizes. So and next we have to analyze the algorithm. To solve the problem, we have to analyze it. So based on the some criteria, you have to analyze the algorithm. So the criteria are, first one is a time complexity, space complexity, and third one a network consumption, fourth one power consumption, and fifth one CPU registers. So the efficiency is based on these five analysis. Okay, so the efficiency is based on these five analysis. The first one is the time complexity, second one space complexity, and networks consumption, power consumption, and CPU registers. In a time complexity, okay, so the time complexity is measured by calculating the time taken, and space complexity is measured by space required for the performing the algorithm. And network consumptions, so network consumption is what we are using the networks, Wi-Fi or net. So net consumption, what amount of network is consumption to execute the algorithm is a network consumption. And power consumption, so power consumption, we are taking the power from current. Okay, so power is used to or open our system. Okay, so then only we can start our program. So next one is CPU registers. So CPU registers are used to hold the data, or hold the number of inputs we are giving to the algorithm. What are the inputs we are giving to the algorithm is stored or hold by registers, CPU registers. So the input size, okay, so the input size, n number of registers needed to hold the input data segments size in CPU. So CPU registers are used to hold the number of inputs what we are giving to the algorithm to solve the problem. And to calculate the time complexity, we are using a frequency count. Okay, so time complexity is done by using a frequency count. So frequency count is the number of times that statement will be executed by the compiler. So how many times we are executing the same statement is called as a frequency count. So frequency count is the number of times the statement will be executed by a compiler and is known as frequency count. So thank you.